Okay, for the first portion of loading control, we're going to review the format of the control being loaded in an Excel sheet. And it's basically the name, which is the control point ID or GCDB ID. And then we have easting, northing. This is in UTM. And Y elevation, and our type is 6 for BLM GCDB control. Now, as long as you export your coordinates in the same format as your parcel fabric projection, which for Nevada is the UTM, these coordinates will come in properly. So as long as you have this format and this table set up correctly, everything should work just fine in the loading, which will be shown in lesson 2 of this. So we see our Excel CSV sheet. Now we're going to review the plat real quick to see what it is we're actually going to bring in and change. This falls in the southeast quarter of section 5. Here's the survey. You can see where it's mostly just the quarter section that was surveyed, tied to the north, some survey points surveyed to the west, and the northeast of the southeast was divided in half per this survey. Now the reason we're going to edit the polygon to match the plat prior to import is there are no parcel points for that dividing line existing in the parcel fabric at this time. It was surveyed and there was surveyed points set. So I found it best to edit the polygon first, create the parcel points ahead of time. We verify our selection, just second division. We start our edit, we get our selection tool, and we select the northeast to the southeast. Once we select it, we're going to right-click inside the selected polygon, and it's going to open up a window. At the very top, it'll say Construct from Parent. This is what we're going to select. Take a second here. Now we right-click inside, select Construct from Parent right at the very top. It's going to bring up this window. We want to verify our template to make sure it's aliquot second division and not aliquot quarter section. So that it creates it in the second division and not the quarter section. Once we've verified that, we want to get our segmented line tool up here. And we're going to start down here at this corner, select a beginning point, you right click, opens this window. We want a midpoint, so we want it in 2 equal segments. Click the endpoint. Okay, now we need to go all the way around the polygon for where we need these new parcel points. So we only need 1 segment here, no division really. Endpoint. Now we beginning point again, right click, we enter 2 again, so we get 2 equal divisions or a midpoint. Click the endpoint, and now we need to close the polygon. Okay, we've closed the polygon. Now we have 2 points where we can utilize with this same tool to create the dividing line. In the window over here, you can see that those lines were equally divided. So that it's 2 midpoints, a midpoint on the east line, midpoint on the west line, which should be the proper aliquot division of this polygon. So once we verified that it came out equally, we're going to utilize the same tool, click on 1, right click, say 1 because we have no dividing line or dividing point, click our endpoint. Going to go up here to build, and you can build and send historic, which is the parent parcel, or build and keep all current. I like to build and keep all current just in case something didn't quite properly work right. So while it's building, we're going to end up with 3 polygons within that quarter-quarter section. 2 halves and the quarter-quarter section. We don't need the quarter section. We just need the 2 halves. So we clear our selection, get our selection tool back, close this window, click anywhere's in there. It highlighted the quarter-quarter, but actually you want to do the pull down to verify that you are getting that quarter-quarter. So once pull down comes down, you select it. I right click inside, and then when the window comes up, I go all the way to the bottom and there's delete. I just delete it. I have no purpose for it myself. Now that'll be up to the data steward to decide if they want to keep it or not. Now we have 2 half parcels of that northeast of the southeast. Both of them are labeled now as new parcel. We can go in and change this attribution, highlight one of them or select it, go over, open your attribution window, go to name, change it to north 2 for north half, northeast, southeast. Change our acreage to 20 nominal acres. The next window down is whether it's compiled or not. I like to go ahead and utilize this because it tells me that it has been compiled, and it should give me a historical information as to when it was compiled, the date. Do the same thing for the second south half. And then we're somewhat complete here. You'll probably want to clear your selection and before you exit out of here, you will definitely want to go up and save your edits. So you may stop editing and then just tell it to save edits. This will give us parcel points at the end of that line that our new survey control points can associate and match up to. That is the whole purpose of this.